Okay, we're live and welcome to the Azure and AI Show. Um, okay, so with me this week we've got Seena Khan from Bahrain, and we have Bimbola with us from Nigeria, and Joseph Fresco from Nigeria, and Dan away in Chicago, and myself, Frank Falvey from Cork in Ireland. And happy St. Patrick's weekend to everybody. Um, so, Sina, can you share your screen with us there? Sina is going to do some stuff on Power Apps for us.
Yeah, yes. Thank you, Frank. Please let me know once my screen is up.
Sure. Yeah, we can see your screen there now. Yeah. Create a solution for almost any business problem.
Okay,
Very good.
thank you, Frank. So today I'm going to demonstrate on building a leave request system by using Canvas app and Power Apps, then Adaptive Cards and Power Platform. So let's directly, I will show you how to create Canvas app. So before that, I'm just showing you, I have a SharePoint list over here. So this is my SharePoint list, and here you can see leave request list. And these are the columns for this list: employee name, employee ID, department. All these are text or string type columns. And this leave type is a choice column. And if you can see over here, I have three choices: casual leave, sick leave, and reserved. Then I am having two columns for date and time, from date and to date. So this is a date and time column, and two also. Then there is a duration in days. Duration in days is a number column, and which holds number value. And then there is a manager column. This is a string value, and there is a reason. So this is a multi-line text column. Then there is a status column. So status column, whenever the leave request is approved by manager or HR. So whatever the status, approved or rejected, whatever the status, so it will be saved in this status column. So this is the list I'm going to use in this Power App Canvas App Leave request system. And once the request is submitted inside this Teams, this is my Teams. So here it will come as an adaptive card. You can see it. So this is the form of or design of my adaptive card. I have already designed this, and it has the name who submitted by, then manager to approve this, then the new leave request and leave request form, the name, and approve and reject button. So approve is in blue and reject is in red button. Now let's start with creating the app. So I'm going to create a canvas app in blank canvas app. Okay, so this is my screen, and I'm going to design it for my app. So here, firstly, I'm going to give the background color for this screen, and then adding a title. Providing the title as leave request form, and here I'm providing font type is great vibes, and here the size of the font, and making it as center alignment, then providing a color dark blue. Okay, and providing bold fully. Yeah, now I'm going to add some controls over here. So the text label. So whatever the controls, so upon the leave request list. So these are the columns. Based on these columns, I'm providing the controls there. You can copy paste the controls and later you can edit it. So here, so this first control, this employee name. And here, okay. Employee ID. Department. Just okay, so the next is department leave type. After leave type, there is from month to date column. This is for duration in days, and this is for manager. And one more we need for the reason for the leave. So here, just providing from date, then to date, then here duration in days, then here is manager, then here is the reason. Okay, now we are all having labels. Now the text input, just adding. Then for the department here, text input added. Then for the leave type, I'm going to add drop down list. So here the drop down list is for the leave type. So here just adding the data. From the drop down we have to select. So here casual first, then sick, then reserve, and for the from month to, I'm just taking a date picker control. So here it is. Duration in days, and also for manager. Then one for the reason, just making it as like a little bit, so it's a multi-line text column. Okay, so my controls are ready. Now I'm going to add a button to submit this form. And providing a little bit size as 25 for this font size for the submit. So now my screen is ready. So you can see over here, employee name, employee ID, department, leave type from to, duration, days, manager, and reason I have added. Now for the submit. So this data we have to be saved in this list. So for that we are using patch function. So I already having that here. I'm just using this and the submit button on select property. Here remove the false, and here you can add the. So before adding here, you can see there is a red line under here. So because we didn't connect this form with the data, so we are going to connect this form with the data. So here, just select the data tab here from the side screen and click on add data. And here we are going to connect the data with the SharePoint list, right? So search for SharePoint, and here you can just select this. Okay, tech trends. Tech trends is the site name. You can see over here. This is my site name. So I'm going to connect with tech trends. Okay. So here it will list the required list, the available list in the site. So here I'm just selecting leave request list, selected. So it will be available over here. Okay. Now again, still there are some error in this. So we have to check with the text control name. So text input, the first one, text input dot text, then text second is text input one underscore. Okay, so this is the name you should have to select. Check this is one underscore two. This is drop down one. Okay, and then there is duration in days. Duration text one underscore three. So here, because that's a number column, so value of text input one underscore three is in duration, and this. Then here text input one underscore five. So here this is the control. Okay, so you can see the error rectified. So all the control names we should have to add accordingly. So here you can see all controls are selected now. Under this there is a notification message I have added. So your form, once it successfully send the data to the list, so this message will appear to the user, your form has been submitted successfully. Then after completing the submission, if you want to reset the value of this form to be blank, or it will be erased, so you can use the reset function for that. So here my form is ready now. Now I'm going to create a Power Automate flow. So before that, here this is my adaptive card. So here we can use this designer for creating any adaptive cards. So adaptive card is in JSON format. You can see this. Here you can add, this is the card payload editor, and here you can add your card template, and you can see the design over here. Okay, based on your requirement, you can add images, you can add any kind of like controls over here. So based on your designer requirement, you can add whatever you want in JSON format, and it will be available over here. So in this adaptive card, you can see over here for the submitted by and manager to approve, two variables I have to be defined. So in the flow also I have to create two variables there. So here, and the Power Automate my flows, here I'm going to create an automated cloud flow. So my name I'm giving for this flow is leave flow 1 2, yeah. And here the trigger, how this flow has to be run, how when the flow has to be executed. So when an item is created in SharePoint, so that means by using that form we are submitting data there in the SharePoint. That means one item is creating, so at the time this flow has to be triggered. So for that I am selecting when an item is created, so create. Okay, so here I have to connect it with, so here it is already connected with the SharePoint, the site. Then here we have to select which site we have to select for that. So tech trends, and here the list name is labor request list. Okay, now here I'm going to add two variables. So first initialize variable, sorry, initialize variable, and here I'm providing the variable submitted by, and it's a string variable, string value it will hold, and from here we have to select from employee name. Okay, so this form has to be submitted by whom? Okay, so who is submitted? So the same employee name. Now we're going to add another variable. So this is for the manager, and this is also a string variable, so we are taking the value from the SharePoint list again from here as well, manager. Okay, now I'm going to add the adaptive card. So post an, okay, here, yeah, post adaptive card and wait for a response. Take this action, and then here, so this card is going to add or going to send to Teams as a flowboat. So I have selected flowboat, then post it in where, in channel. Then here in the message box we have to add our adaptive card JSON script. Okay, so just copy paste from here. Okay, then in the message box just adding over here. Okay, now you can see here we have to add the variables for, one is for submitted by, another for managed. So here it is, we have to add variable for submitted by whom, employee name, and manager. This is also we are taking from the SharePoint list. So manager is the manager, sorry. Okay, now message box is ready. Go down here, here the teams. Okay, in which teams you have to say, so I'm selecting just default directory, I don't have any other teams here. And the channel, okay, the general channel I'm just selecting. Okay, so that's it for this adaptive card and wait for response. I'm going to add a condition control. So once it is approved or rejected, okay, so until this we are sending it the adaptive card to the teams. Now we are checking, okay, what's the response or what's the action towards that adaptive card. So for that there is again, okay, one more code we have to add in the expression. So here it is, so the response we are taking from the adaptive card. Here select the function, so dynamic content. So here it is, for the function we have just adding body, and then the post adaptive card, this action name and data action. So whatever the action is there, so it will be saved here, and then is equal to approve. How the adaptive card we have given the approve value same as it is, we should have to give over here. Okay, so condition control I have added. Now if it's approved, then what will happen, it has to post a message in a channel. Okay, so here post message in a chat or channel, you can take this action and flowboat again. Okay, and channel, then here you have to select the team and channel again. Okay, That's channel, and here I'm just selecting the employee name, and then here providing your um, request for leave has been approved. Okay. Okay, so this has been done. Now coming into next action, we have to update the status in the SharePoint list as well as whatever it is. Okay, so SharePoint, just a search for SharePoint, and here we have to search for the update item. Update item, and here the site address again you have to select, and the list name, leave request, and the ID here from the when an item. So the first triggered we have provided, so from there the ID has to be selected, and the advanced parameters select the status value because it's a choice column, and here we have to select it is approved, have to be saved there for the true. Now coming into the false, here also again the same thing, post message in a chat or channel, and here it's flowbot and post it in channel. Then the teams default directory channel is in general, and here we are adding employee name, then your request for leave has been rejected. Okay, then here that's okay. Now we are going to update the SharePoint list as well. So search for SharePoint, and here select update item, and here again we are selecting the site, list name, and ID, and here also the status value is rejected. Okay, so now my flow is also ready. You can save the flow. Okay, now I'm going to execute this form. So before that, saving it, leave request add to saved. Now executing this. Okay, providing the employee name, department, casual or sick, or yeah, 18, whatever it is. Okay, just I'm providing an example only, and it's fever or something else. Okay, submit. So here I got the notification your form has been submitted successfully. You can check over here and this list. Okay, just refresh. So here it is. Okay, you can see the leave type is sick, and it is the employee ID is AS12. So the status is not upcoming. So just over here, check. We are having the teams. Okay, still it will take a little bit time to come the adaptive card over here in the teams. Okay, yeah, it is running. Now coming over here, yes, I have received this card. You can see, and if I am approve or reject, so for example, if I am rejected, okay, it will go the status there. So if I am approved, so now I clicked on approve. So here you can see, Seena, your request has been approved. Okay, so this is the output. Now coming and check over here in this list where our status, okay, it's there or not. Yes, it is approved now. Okay, so this is the output for this leave request system. We can do for this channel in different channels also. We can post our adaptive card, and also for different users. Okay, we can set the permissions accordingly, who can see and who can approve. So we can do that too. Okay, that's it. Any questions? Please let me know.
Any questions, guys? Seena, that was a great presentation, I must say, really from start to finish. Very good.
Thank you.
No
Hi,
questions.
Seena. That was beautiful. I
Everybody's
hope I'll go
amazed.
back to watch it. I hope I'll go back to watch it. And if I have questions later on, I can reach out to you, Seena.
So sure, Joseph.
Okay, I'll just share my screen there with you and just do a few minutes on Copilot in M365, just to see if there's any new stuff. One second now, do we get somebody? Okay. Okay, so I think we have Amy Diamond trying to join us. Joseph, I think you still have the admin rights. Can you leave anyone in when I start?
Yeah.
Okay, so just for somebody to use Copilot in M365, you need to have Copilot license. So like you have to have either a family account or a personal account. It's $99 for a year, or you can pay monthly, which is $9.99 a month. The Copilot license then is extra, which is around $20, or here €20. So I'm just going to go into my account there. So this is my M365 with Copilot. So I'm just going to go into Word. I'm going to just open up a blank document. As you can see here in the middle, we have Copilot, and it's giving us a few options up the top there. Create an outline for, or create a proposal based on a file, draft documents based on a file, or create a plan. Or you can just go to Copilot there and you can draft a document with Copilot. Or up here on the right hand side, you have Copilot as well. So if you click on that, it'll open up the sidebar here on the right hand side. Okay, that's a new feature there. Hello, Frank. I don't think that was there the last time I logged in. But it gives you kind of prompts. How can I more concisely describe time management? Translate the following text. How can Copilot help? Just 1 second there now, because we're again. Nice. Okay, so we're back in Word here, okay, and I'm just going to click on Draft for Copilot. So I'm just going to ask it something like, what's the difference with chatbots and AI agents. So I just leave it there for a couple of seconds, and then Copilot can kind of see what I'm writing, and it's after putting in an extra bit of text that I can use. So it's added on is focusing on their functionalities and the use cases. So I'm just going to hit the tab. I'm going to use that as well. 1 second now. If I hit tab, that should put that in, and wait another couple of seconds, and it's given me another kind of option: highlight how they can improve customer service and automate tasks effectively. Okay, so we're just going to go with that. I'll just tab that one, and then I'm going to hit the blue button here, even though it's after giving me some more. We'll just go with the other tab because it's kind of it's kind of giving us a bigger prompt, and the more you put into a prompt, the more you're actually going to get out of an article. So okay, so it's giving us something else. Include examples of industries where each is commonly used and suggest potential future developments. Okay, so we'll go with that, and I'll hit the generate button, and we'll see what sort of an article. Okay, the differences between chatbots and AI. Okay, we'll see. So it's after giving us 4 pages here now about the difference between chatbots and AI agents. Okay, functionalities, use cases, industry examples, and future developments. I'm not going to read down through all this now, but like chatbots are designed primarily to simulate conversations and provide immediate predefined responses to users' queries. Some examples there, like answering customer queries, providing product information, assisting with order taking, and kind of simple stuff like that. Whereas then, like the new agents that we're going to see now, the AI agents. So it says there, AI agents, on the other hand, processes advanced cognitive abilities and enable them to perform complex tasks beyond simple conversation. These agents utilize machine learning, deep learning, and sophisticated and natural language processing algorithms. So they're really kind of using AI now, whereas the previous chatbots were just simple things. So like examples there, like analyze and interpret large data sets, whereas the previous chatbots, they can't do anything like that. Provide.
And can I say a
Sure.
comment?
Yeah, sure.
I have a problem with this, or not a problem, but a note. When you ask the same thing from the Copilot chat, then it gives you a reference where he took it. When you run it in a Word, it doesn't give you the reference. So you don't know what the source of this
Sure.
information. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes it's harder to say if this source is reliable or it's just,
Yeah.
you know. So
But I've
I
been doing.
I
Yeah.
wish if they could add the reference, and then you can decide if it's from a university source or if it's just from a blog that somebody wrote something, or Wikipedia. So it.
Yeah. That's a good point. All right, Amy. But I've been doing some stuff with the AI agents there for the last couple of months, and by reading this, I know it's actually it's okay, you know.
Yeah,
Like
but
yeah.
okay. Just as a idea for improvement for
Sure.
Microsoft
Do you know,
would say
it
doesn't.
would be actually very good there. I'll actually do it at the end of this thing, is that we'll give the product team maybe feedback on it. Yeah.
It's a great point.
Yeah. So I was actually telling someone today, like for a good for contributions for their MVP kind of nomination, feedback to the product teams is actually very good. So like yours is actually very good good bit of feedback to give back to them there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So just on this one here, right? I just for people that never saw it before, right? So it gave us 4 pages anyway, and it gave us conclusion as well. So like when you get down to the end of the page here, you got these other tabs. Do you want to keep it? Do you want to regenerate it? Do you want to delete it? Or you can ask it some more stuff from Copilot. I suppose, where did this information come from? We could ask it Amy as well, you know?
Yeah. What's the source? What's the source of this? Yeah. Or can
Sure.
you give a reference, or what's it called in the article when you put the where the source came?
Reference, or it's a bibliography in
Yeah, something
writing or books, right?
It
or
has,
research papers.
because Word has its own, special way of saying you mark it as one, and then it writes it down in the bottom as a.
Yeah.
Since that's really necessary to avoid plagiarism when you kind of submit document for
No, it's
any
recreating
article
now a
Citation.
new citation.
Citation is in Word.
citation is very necessary.
So it says the information presented here is synthesized from various sources and industry knowledge, general guidelines, and current advancements in AI and chatbot technologies.
And up to date to 2023. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a bit outdated, but still
It's 2 years old.
yeah. But I suppose a lot of the stuff now you're hearing around the AI agents, right? Or some people are using the words agentic AI, and there's kind of a lot of talks around RAG, retrieval augmented generation. So it's how you actually pull out all the information out of all the different LLMs and companies' own information and stuff like that. So there's none of that in this kind of document here. So that's kind of basic enough information here.
I
So
just found yesterday a new feature. I don't want to take your time, but I found you can, in a presentation, you can ask to translate the whole presentation. Automatically does the whole thing. So if you have time, then you can test it. Just create a new presentation and then translate the whole presentation, and it does it from one language to another.
sure,
So
that's
that's
actually
really
good, isn't it?
amazing.
There's so many new stuff coming up. It's kind of hard to keep up with it all, isn't it? So, I mean, you might do a demo on that maybe for us.
But we see new
Yeah,
new features coming on, and then we also see some features going away as well, right? I mean,
Yeah, we saw the what's it called, the visual creator disappear for but it might be a specific issue. But go ahead, Frank. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just going to ask it something else there now for people that just didn't see this for the first time. So I'm just going to say, can you put this in table format? And hit the enter button. So we'll see, we'll come back. So it's kind of putting it into table format now. So these are kind of some of the prompts that you can do in Word. Yeah, so there's another cool feature with the Word. I think, Joseph, you done it there a few weeks ago when you uploaded a picture. Was it inside in Word or was it PowerPoint?
It was in PowerPoint.
Yeah.
No,
So
it should
I mean,
work here.
I think that is now failing. As of the last time I checked, I don't know if it is working again because at one point it
yeah,
stopped working.
so inside in
Yeah, it
Word
was
you
in
can
PowerPoint.
you can do it as well. So you can add
Oh, it
an
just
image.
came up now. It wasn't here before, so this has
Yeah.
been updated. That's beautiful.
They
Yeah,
changed
makes sense.
this layout or of the sidebar of the Copilot. It has changed to
Um, I'm going to ask it to tell me about this image. So this image was generated by AI. It's well about Azure cost management. Okay, so I'll just insert it into the insert it into the document. Okay, so what it's telling us, the image you mentioned is a digital infographical titled "Comprehensive Guide to Cost Management." It features various charts, graphs, icons related to cost-saving measures and financial metrics associated with using Microsoft Azure. The central element is a glowing cloud icon labeled Azure, surrounded by data visualization indicating cost savings of 39.98. Yeah, so that looks okay. 50% is in there, 39%. There's other elements, includes bar graphs, pie charts, and numerical data emphasizing the efficiency and financial benefits of Azure cost management. So that looked fairly good, and it actually even gives the bright blue tones as well of the actual picture. So that's working again, Joseph. So
Yeah, and that's good. Well, as at the last time we checked, that it was not available here in Word.
yeah,
That we have it now is good. So we can also now try to. You can check it in PowerPoint as well if it's still there, right?
yeah, very good. So Dan, you want to
Yeah.
share your
Let me
screen?
share my screen here.
see you twice, Dan.
Yes, I've got my my phone and my iMac up in the meeting, so I've got my video turned on 2 different places. I wasn't sure if the background, the virtual background, would show the LinkedIn logo that I just put into the back of my hair that is left. So I figured if I share that from a computer screen, it might work out better. Frank, are you able to see that?
The LinkedIn thing? No.
Yeah.
No.
It's a share screen. It says that it's sharing the window. I guess I have to share it here. Oh no. It's showing me the preview of the window, but I don't think I have the ability to present it. Does that show up in your end, Frank?
No, I can't see it, Dan.
Huh, weird. Stop sharing. I'll reshare. Try the window one more time, and if that doesn't work, maybe I need to do something else. Does that show up, Frank?
No, can't see that.
Okay. Let me just try sharing the entire screen and see if that works. Can you see that now?
No.
That's weird.
1 second. Hang on. Right. I got it.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Thank you. So this is why I had the two cameras in here. Was I went ahead and put in the logo for LinkedIn in the back of my hair, and did that in preparation for both a event in Chicago, as well as to advertise the fact that I have a LinkedIn book, and that LinkedIn 365 is now out as a company page as well. So in January, I published a self-published Kindle book that is available digitally called LinkedIn 365. And in March, I received physical copies of my book.
Wow.
Which I got from 48 Hour Books. So I was having an issue with these with Kindle publishing, which allows you to just have Kindle publish the book for people that want a printed copy at the time that they want it. And I believe they handle the whole logistics of sending that overseas, et cetera, so you don't have shipping costs. But they kept on rejecting the printed copy. They kept on saying, okay, we're good with the copy that is in the Kindle marketplace for you to either purchase on Kindle, or if you have Kindle Unlimited, it's free. But they wouldn't do anything with a printed copy, and they were saying things about the front cover. So I did two different styles of the front cover and the back cover with the about author information. I tried to see if there was anything from a graphic perspective inside of it. And for anybody that's seen the book, it has 365 suggestions, either prompts that you can use to come up with your own, or specifics for some months of items that you might want to include. And we contacted Amazon to figure out, what is the problem with the printed copy from Amazon's perspective. And it was the use of some emojis in some of the post suggestions. They didn't like the emojis. And although those worked digitally on Amazon, apparently they weren't friendly enough for them to print. 48-hour books didn't have any problems with that. They wanted some higher resolution front cover and back cover photos, so we sent those in, and maybe back and forth once or twice with 48-hour books. The books arrived, and I can bring those to the MVP Summit in about a week now. So if you have interest in following LinkedIn 365, Frank, I can put a link to the company page in the chat. I think you just shared the one that I put on my Facebook. Thank you. And I'm looking for 150 followers for two reasons. Go ahead, Ami.
How long did it take you to write the book? Oh,
great question. This is going to be one of my Copilot contributions, because I used Copilot for some of the suggestions for the 365 posts. My original thought a year ago in March was to pull all of my content for every single day and talk about what I posted, how it did, and what my results were. Did I learn something from the post? Did I get a number of comments? How many people reposted? And then provide all that statistics for 365 days. What I realized is, to write that, I'm really going to have to start capturing those daily metrics and share those daily, because there's not an easy way for me to go back the 365 days of a year. And so the impetus of this book started last year at MVP Summit. Two MCTs, Microsoft Certified Trainers, and an MVP suggested, you should write a book. You should share 365 ideas and what happens over a year in LinkedIn. And so I started the idea, started gathering some of the things, started writing articles and newsletters. And once my LinkedIn 365 page, which I also launched in January, reaches 150 subscribers, I will have the ability to actually create newsletters just like we have on the Microsoft Speakers Hub. And I'll also have the ability to go live as the LinkedIn 365 page. So when I create events right now, I have to use either Zoom or Teams or some kind of external service. I can't use LinkedIn Live yet, but I'll be able to use LinkedIn Live once I get to 150 followers, and I'm like 3 followers away from that goal. So hopefully at the WDB marketing event this evening, which is the Legacy Awards, Leadership, Education, Growth, Advocacy, Community, and Youth. I will find 3 other people that I can direct to the company page and get them to follow it. And then what that should do is unlock things that I have on both my personal profile and we have on the Microsoft Speakers Hub. And that includes creating newsletters. And
Can you send me that
looking
link
over
there,
here.
Dan, and I'll put it up.
Thank you. And you can have up to 5 newsletters. So I believe the Microsoft Speakers Hub has 3 newsletters at this point that are available to anybody that is considered a content admin or a full admin. And the benefit to those newsletters is they have a number of subscribers. So we have the Azure and AI Show, Frank, as a newsletter. You have a company page now too.
Yeah, just started it, so
Yeah.
just trying to get followers to it is.
Yeah, and the benefit to a company page is you can actually mention the company page with the @ symbol. So the same way that you draw attention to an individual like Ami, Frank, Seena, Joseph, other people that have joined us, our latest contributors, we've added to a group called I think MVP nominees or something. There's a LinkedIn group that we've added a number of people to track their progress, and we have offered, if they have interest in doing a Microsoft Speakers Hub news, Journey to the Cloud news, which is our monthly show, or Frank's weekly show, the Azure and AI Show. Those are all newsletters that have been established. They have around 1,000 subscribers each. And then we can have up to 5 newsletters total. So if somebody else came to us and said, you know, my idea really doesn't fall into one of these categories. I was talking to Fiona Frank about her use of PowerPoint and a lot of the Microsoft applications, not necessarily the back end or, you know, cloud or AI yet. A newsletter that was about, you know, PowerPoint is a possibility, or about the Office applications in general. And we can have up to 5. So there are 2 more slots, unless I think you can end newsletters. So if we don't find a lot of people publishing under one of these 3, we could always end one newsletter and start another one. The downside to starting a new newsletter is, even though our page for the Microsoft Speakers Hub has around 20, I might be up to 2,600. It's almost 2,700 followers. The downside to starting a new page or a new newsletter is you start with 0 subscribers. So one of the challenges that you have when you're considering your MVP nomination is they're looking for impact. They're looking at how many people viewed your posts, how many followers do you have, how many impressions do you gather with the things you share. And if you have a really strong network, that might be easy to prove. You know, I have thousands of people in my network, but several people that are nominated. When we look at LinkedIn, or we looked at YouTube, or we look at different places, I mean, you just hit 1 million. Is it hours or 1 million
Views.
views? Okay, so it's not hours,
Yeah.
it's views that you've hit 1 million of.
Yeah,
Congrats.
ours is yeah.
Congrats.
different.
That is a huge
And you have
accomplishment.
subscribers, which is another thing. You have views, and you have the amount of videos you uploaded.
Cool.
That's the the things that I can prove. And
That's
by the way,
awesome.
I just nominated someone which was accepted. His
Nice.
name is
Congrats.
Kia something. Um, but it was I the feeling of paying it forward that somebody nominated me and I nominated somebody is a great feeling. You know, it's something that only we can understand, or whoever did it, and it's, you know, it's like being a mentor, or just that you have the power in a positive way of uh, letting somebody become part of the MVP community, and they can benefit from the thing. So I just so happy. Yeah. But
Yeah. Congrats. That's one of the things that I don't know if all MVPs are aware of, especially new MVPs. If you're new to the program, there is so much information that comes to you, and some of that you may absorb and you may, click on or, figure out immediately. And then there's all these other things like the high impact checkbox that you can put next to up to 5 contributions. Make those contributions public so that others that are maybe wanting to connect with you or figure out what you've done in the community, they can only see 5 public high impact marked
yeah,
contributions now. So things like that, I think sharing even amongst ourselves as MVPs, and then obviously with people that aren't MVPs, it becomes a matter, or new MVPs, making sure that they know where some of these things are. So the Microsoft Speakers Hub was originally designed as a community-driven company page, because they don't have community pages on LinkedIn. And we tried to group. The downside to a group is you can't mention it to bring or draw attention to that from your profile, and you can't comment as the page. So the other thing that any of our community admins, content admins, or I think it's called full admin or super admin or something, there's 2 levels in a company page that you can grant to other people. By giving that to other people, they can also comment either on their own posts, on other posts, as the Microsoft Speakers Hub. And it's very easy then to draw attention to, and this is how we've come up with almost 2,700 followers, is through the people in the community sharing the community with other people, and then other people following that page. So as a prospective MVP, Frank, you mentioned at the top of the hour the fact that we document our contributions and we mark those and try to estimate the impact. How many people saw this? How many people benefited from it? If it's a mentor relationship, Ami, like the person you nominated, that's typically one-on-one, right? That's like a personal relationship that I
yeah.
have with you, that I have with Frank, that I have with Seena,
Mm-hmm.
that I have with Joseph. But with some other people, it might not be that we're speaking one-on-one, but that we're speaking collectively, like on a show like this. And so trying to track the impact has been something, Frank, that I know you've done a really good job with this platform weekly, where the monthly platform was, if you miss 1 month, you got to wait a month till we go live again, and we have to choose a time and a date. With this being weekly, you have over 50 opportunities to contribute, to have your voice heard. And then the idea with the 3 newsletters was, what if this time zone just doesn't work out for you? Ami, I'm sure it's a much later time in the day, if not morning for you. The
It's
idea with the
9 o'clock
newsletter,
p.m.
yeah, the idea
Yeah.
with the newsletter was, if it doesn't work out from a standpoint of the time frame that we go live, you can either come up with your own live schedule. Frank and I have software that allows you to do that as the Microsoft Speakers Hub, or as the Microsoft Speakers Hub, you can publish under one of those 3 newsletters, and still you've got over 1,000 subscribers. So we
That's
have
great.
over 28 new, or 26 new subscribers for the Microsoft Speakers Hub, and we're over 1,100 subscribers. So besides the LinkedIn 365, thanks Frank for the reminder that I might want to mention that on this show. I would say the other thing is the Azure and AI Show now has a newsletter, and we have 3 newsletters currently as the Microsoft Speakers Hub, and we can have up to 5 total. So I know the Azure and AI Show is just under 1,000 subscribers. And the idea is you can create new editions and you can collaborate on those. So I could start an edition. You can see if there are any drafts that have been written. There are quite a few drafts. I believe Miran is doing the Changemaker of the Weeks. And then there's a Most Valuable Contributors article that I think I started. There's a Microsoft Azure Mitigates Your Risk of Cyber Attack. And these articles come out as the Microsoft Speakers Hub or as the Azure and AI Show. So the other trick is you need to mention that you're the author in the article, or people just see this coming from the Microsoft Speakers Hub, Azure and AI Show newsletter. But those are all different ways that as a nominee or as a potential nominee, you're still, thinking about that process of what you're doing in the community. These are all things that count as contributions. So I think that's it, Frank.
Yeah, that's it. We're over the hour. Thanks, Dan. Congratulations again on the book.
Thank you.
You'll be going to the MVP conference.
I'm leaving next Wednesday. I'm going to meet Bill Kirst, who we've had on the show before. I'm going to meet him in person. He's giving me a tour of the Adobe offices out in the Seattle area. Still trying to arrange a LinkedIn. I need to make sure that I get a LinkedIn contact that can arrange a LinkedIn tour while I'm out there. And then the following week, so I arrive on Wednesday evening. I have Thursday and Friday to connect with some of these, folks in the wider Seattle community, if you will.
Yeah.
And then the following week is the MVP Summit, so I'll be there for that.
Yeah, I signed up to the virtual one, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Seena, you're doing a talk in Germany, yeah?
Yeah, yes, I had some events, and today also I attended one event. Means I have delivered one event that is on platform leader, Power Platform Learner to Leader.
Very good.
And there is an upcoming event also that is on MTT MCT Global Learning Day. So I'm going to give a demonstration on security in AI.
Very good, very good. So I'm just going to end the live show. Thanks everybody for joining us, and we'll be back here again next week at the same time. And thanks again.
Dan, one more thing. I need your like a copy of your book. Please let me know how I can get it.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out, Seena, the shipping, like the international shipping. But
Okay.
I'll also check with folks that are attending the MVP conference and see if there's anybody that might be either close to you or, traveling to your country. So
Okay.
there might be a way to get it there as opposed to shipping it there, but I'll certainly let you know.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate the support.